In previous class, what we have seen? So in previous class, electric potential and relation between electric field intensity and electric potential is completed. So up to now, unit 1 is completed. And coming to the unit 2. Okay, so unit 2 is related to conductors, dielectrics and capacitance. That means, so how the electrostatistics is going to affect the conductors, dielectrics and capacitance. So this is important. So how they behave with respect to the charges. Okay, so here the first topic is electric dipole. Okay, electric dipole and dipole moment. And next one, potential and electric field intensity due to an electric dipole, torque on an electric dipole in electric field, conductors and electric field, conductors and insulators, their behavior in electric field. Next, polarization, boundary conditions. So next one, boundary conditions between conductors. మే ఆడిబుల్ నా ఎందుకంటే నాకు ఇక్కడ యువర్ ఇంటర్నెట్ కనెక్షన్ ఇస్ అన్స్టేబుల్ అని చెప్పేసి వస్తుందండి. సో మీకు వాయిస్ వినిపిస్తుందా?
Sir, your voice is audible, sir.
అండ్ చాట్ బాక్స్ కూడా డిసేబుల్లో ఉంది. సో కాబట్టి కంపల్సరీగా చెప్పండి ఒకసారి.
Your voice is audible, sir.
ఆడిబుల్, ఓకే ఫైన్, థ్యాంక్ యూ. So unit 2. So here polarization, boundary conditions between conductors and dielectric, capacitance of parallel plates, spherical and coaxial cable, energy stored and energy density in static electric field, equations of continuity. So these are the topics. So in this unit 2, so boundary conditions are very important topic when compared to remaining topics. So boundary conditions are very important to calculate when electric field intensity is entered from one medium to another medium. Okay, from one medium to another medium. So how the electric field intensity is going to change, that is for boundary conditions. That is very important. And next, remaining 265 raised hand. 265, can you speak? చెప్పమ్మా ఏంటి?
సార్
చెప్పనా?
వీడియో ఆన్ అవ్వట్లేదు సార్.
అవునా, ఓకే సరే. ఒకవేళ మీకు వీడియో గురించి ఏమన్నా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే కనుక నాకు ఆఫ్టర్ ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ది క్లాస్ నాకు ఒకసారి మెసేజ్ చేయండి అమ్మా. సో ఇప్పుడు మిడిల్ అయితే వద్దు. ఓకే, మీకు ఏదన్నా ఆ వీడియోతో ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ కనుక ఏమైనా ఉంటే కనుక అవి నాకు క్లాస్ క్లోజ్ అయిన తర్వాత చెప్పండి. ఆ తర్వాత మీరు క్లియర్ చేసుకోండి ఒకసారి. ఓకేనా?
ఓకే సార్.
ఓకే ఫైన్. సో కమింగ్ టు యూనిట్ 2. So these conductors and dielectric and capacitance. So the first topic is electric dipole. So coming to the first topic, electric dipole. So electric dipole. So electric dipole is formed when 2 point charges of equal magnitude but opposite sign are separated by a small distance. Okay, so an electric dipole is formed when 2 point charges of equal magnitude but opposite sign are separated by a small distance. So let us go to the, just a second. So here, just a second. So here electric dipole. So electric dipole. So what is meant by electric dipole here? So 2 point charges. So let us take 2 point charges. Let us take plus Q and again minus q, 2 point charges of equal magnitude. It must be equal magnitude. That is, for example, this plus q will be 5 coulombs. So this will be plus 5 coulombs. It will be minus 5 coulombs. Okay, 2 point charges of equal magnitude, but opposite sign. Equal magnitude but opposite sign, separated by a small distance. Let us take the distance will be d here. So plus q and minus q are the 2 point charges. So these 2 point charges are separated by a small distance. Then it is treated as electric dipole. Okay. So 2 point charges of equal magnitude but opposite sign, separated by a small distance. It is called electric dipole. Fine. So simple example is, let us take here plus and again minus. So what about the positive charge? The positive charge will exhibit electric flux lines to the infinite. If in case a negative charge is placed nearer to the positive charge, so the flux lines will traveling to the negative charge. If in case there is no negative charge, so the flux lines will travel to the infinite. Okay. So here you can see. So here, so this is the positive charge. So this positive charge delivering the electric flux lines. When a negative charge is placed nearer to this positive charge, so this flux lines will travel towards the negative. Okay. When there is no negative charge here, they are exhibit to the infinite. Okay. So this is a simple example for electric dipole. So this positive and negative. And here we are going to calculate electric dipole with respect to the electric potential. Okay, electric dipole with respect to the electric potential. So for find outing the electric dipole, so for calculating the electric dipole, so here I'm going to take plus q and here I'm going to take minus q. So this is the 1 point charge and this is the another point charge. Okay, and this is the origin and this is the origin and this is the origin. I'm going to take a point P here. Let us take the point P here. That means we have to calculate the electric potential with respect to the P due to this dipole. We have to calculate electric potential of this point charge P due to this dipole. Okay. So let us take the distance, nothing but distance vector here. Let us take, it will be R1 and it will be R2. Okay. So R1 is the distance between positive charge to P, point charge, and R2 is the distance between minus Q to R2. Fine. So these are the two distance vectors. Let us take the another vector, another distance vector from origin. Okay. So this is R. Okay. R1, R2, R. So these are the three distance vectors with respect to the charges. So plus Q, minus Q, and again origin. Okay. If you are going to take the Cartesian coordinate system, so you can write like this. So this is y-axis and this is x-axis and this is z-axis. Okay. So this is y-axis and this is z-axis and this is x-axis. Okay, so this is the diagram here. So plus q is the one charge and minus q is the another charge. When plus q and minus q with equal magnitude and separated by a small distance, let us take the distance here. Let us take the distance here d. Let us take the distance d. So here they are separated by small distance d, and again we are going to take a point charge here. So the distance vector from plus q to p is r1 and the minus q to p is r2 and the origin to p is r. Okay, so here we have to apply the electric potential formula. So what is the electric potential formula? So v equal to, so generally v equal to q by 4 pi epsilon naught r. That is the general formula. But here when you are going to take r1 and r2, r1 and r2, so what is the previous formula? That is v suffix ab. What is the formula? vb minus va. vb minus va. That is the previous formula which is applied in the electric potential. So here, so v equal to q by 4 pi epsilon naught 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. So this is the equation. We can get the two distance vector r1 and r2 with respect to the electric potential on p. With respect to electric potential on p. So this equation can be rewritten as q by 4 pi epsilon naught r2 minus r1 by r1 r2. Okay, so q by 4 pi epsilon naught r2 minus r1 by r1 r2. Okay, so this is the one formula for electric potential. So one formula for electric potential with respect to the electric dipole. When, so here we have to assume one case when r very greater than d. So here when r is very greater than d. So in that case, we can assume the r1 into r2 is equal to r square. r1 into r2 equal to r square. So how can we assume? So let us discuss. So when the r value is very large when compared to d, so what happens? Let us take the line here. Let us take the point here. So this is the r1, and distance will be very low when we are compared to the r value. So it will be like this. This is r2. At the same time, let us take this is r1. So what about these three values? So almost r1 is equal to r2 equal to r. Why? Because so there is so the distance between plus q and minus q2 point charge is almost equal to the distance between origin to the point charge. And what about when the distance between plus q and minus q is very small, then the distance will be equal. For example, simple example with respect to the numbers, when plus q is placed at 0.01 plus 0.01 and minus q is placed at minus 0.01, and where is origin? Let us take origin g. So origin 0. So what is the distance? What is the difference between r1 and r2? So the very small distance when we are compared with respect to r1 and r2. When point is at very large distance, automatically it is the, that is for example, if you are going to take one value, so 0 point something is important when you are calculating one value. But when you are calculating 100 value, okay, so 0.1 is very less value when compared to 100. Okay, so why? Because it is percentage of 0.001 percentage. But when you are taking value 1, so 0.01 is the 0.1 percentage. Like that, if the distance between the plus q and minus q to p is very large value when you are compared to the d, then you can consider r1 and r2 equal to r square. Simply if you are going to take plus q is at origin and minus q at origin, simply that there is no difference when you are comparing plus q and minus q at origin, the value becomes r. Simply the distance vector is r. There is no change. Okay, so like that we can take r1 into r2 equal to r square. When the condition is r greater than d, then we can take r1 r2 equal to r square. Okay, so here v equal to, So V equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. So Q by 4 pi epsilon naught equal to R2 minus R1. So your denominator is R1 into R2. So here where R1 and R2 are the distance vector between P and plus Q and P and minus Q respectively. So here like that. So R1 and R2 here. So if R greater than D, so in that case, R2 minus R1 equal to d cos theta and R2 into R1 equal to R square. So I will explain how this d cos theta is appeared. So directly he is given R2 minus R1 equal to d cos theta. So for that explanation, we have to take the different 2-3 equations. So how d cos theta is obtained. But in textbooks, they can directly take the values R2 minus R1 equal to d cos theta. So here R2 into R1 is R square. That is the clear. Why? Because when the distance is very small, automatically so the difference between R2 and R1 will be very low. In that case, they are nearer to the origin. In that case, what happens? They are nearer to the origin. So when they are nearer to the origin, the distance vector of origin to P is R. So we can take R equal to R1 into R2. So this R2 into R1 equal to R square is convincible and it is very easy to understand. So what about this R2 minus R1 equal to d cos theta? So here I'm going to take. So to find out, sorry. Okay, fine. So here, I'm going to calculate D1 R1 my R2 minus R1. So first of all, we have to take the so here, so it is plus Q and it is minus Q and again it is P. So R1, R2 and R. Okay. So let us take. So for this calculation, we have to calculate R2 minus R1. So to calculate R2 minus R1, let us take the distance will be D. So here I'm going to take a 90 degrees with respect to the R2. That is, for example, so the distance between R1, the distance between R1 and the distance between R2. So in that case, when the point charge is lies above the origin, when the point charge is lies above the origin, so R1 is always less than R2. Okay, that means, for example, this is the origin. This is plus point charge and minus point charge. When the point charge is placed here, so R2, so this distance between distance between negative charge to point charge is always greater than distance between positive charge to point charge. Okay, as we know that. So R2 is always greater than R1. That means for example, R1 value is X. Okay, so R2 value equal to X plus Y. R2 value equal to X plus Y. So for example, this is 10 and R2 equal to 12. So it becomes 10 plus 2. Let us take 10 plus 2. That is 10 value is X value and 2 value is additional length. Okay, so like that we can take. So here if so when we are comparing R1 and R2, so we can draw a tangential line with respect to the x1. So it will intersect at the plus q value. It will intersect the plus q value. So that here we can take the theta value. Here we can take the theta value. So from this right angle triangle, so this is the theta value. So here from the right angle triangle, so adjacent, hypotenuse and hypotenuse opposite. So cos theta equal to, so what is the cos theta value here? So adjacent by d. So here adjacent equal to d cos theta. Here adjacent equal to d cos theta. That means let us take the points here. So it is plus q at point A and minus q at point B, and here the tangential line drawn at point C, and again this is point P. Okay, we are taking A, B, C. So we are taking the right angle triangle for ABC. Okay, so what we are getting, adjacent equal to d cos theta. What is the adjacent value here? So adjacent value is BC. Adjacent value is BC. So BC equal to d cos theta. Let's take, so this BC value. So for example, the distance between A to P is nothing but R1. So from C to P is completely parallel to the A to P. So A to P is parallel to C to P. That means this value, this R1 value is equal to C to P. And the additional value is nothing but B to C. The additional value is nothing but B to C. So that's why. So B to P. So B to P is equal to B to C plus C to P. Okay. So B to P is nothing but the total distance R2. And BC is nothing but here d cos theta. BC is nothing but d cos theta. And what about CP? CP is parallel to, so here CP is parallel to A to P. That is the distance is nothing but R1. Here the distance nothing but R1. So it can be taken as R1. So what is the final value here? D cos theta equal to R2 minus R1. So d cos theta equal to R2 minus R1. So this is the distance vector difference with respect to R2 and R1. So what are the two conditions here? When R is greater than D. So in that condition, R1 into R2 equal to R square. At the same time, R2 minus R1 equal to D cos theta. So this is the two important relations when we are deriving the electric potential at point P. Okay. So here you can take R2 minus R1 equal to D cos theta and R2 into R1 equal to R square. So when we so these equations can be substituted in electric potential. V equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught D cos theta by R square. Same. Q by 4 pi epsilon naught is same. R2 minus R1 can be substituted as D cos theta. R1 into R2 equal to R square. So since D cos theta, so this D cos theta can be rewritten as, so this D cos theta can be rewritten as d cos theta equal to d dot ar, where d equal to daz and then p equal to qd. That means, so what here, what, so equation is v equal to q d cos theta by, so 4 pi epsilon naught r square. So this is the equation we are getting from the v values. Okay, so so we are rewriting the d cos theta as d bar dot ar bar, d bar dot ar bar. So here d bar is nothing but d into uh, d az bar. So why we are taking the az bar? Why? Because the point charges are lies on z axis. So that means that d bar value is traveling whether positive or negative z axis. So that's why we are taking the d az. So what about AR value? So AR value is also in terms of AZ value. So D bar equal to D into AR value. So then we can get the D dot AZ, and again, so what is the magnitude of AR is always 1. What is the direction AZ? So, and what is the angle here? Theta. When it is on a parallel to the Z axis, the total value becomes 0. When some there is an angle, it becomes theta. Okay, so what is the final value here? Cos theta. So simply A dot B, what is the value here? Magnitude of A, magnitude of B, cos theta. So what is the A value here? D bar. What is the B bar value here? A suffix R. Okay, so that means magnitude of A is nothing but magnitude of D bar, and magnitude of AR, and again cos theta. So what is the D magnitude of D? Simply D, scalar value. What is the magnitude of unit vector? 1. What is the value here? Cos theta. Again you are getting the d cos theta. There is no change. So we can write d cos theta as d dot ar. Okay. So why we are taking d in az direction? Why? Because plus q and minus q are present on z axis. What about ar value? So r value means, so let us take this point. So this is r1, from the origin it is r, and from minus q it is r2. So what is the direction value here? So in this direction, so this is the ar direction. So why? Because we are going to take r, so this is the ar direction. What is the angle between z and ar value? So this is, let us take, this is theta value. Let us take, this is theta value. Okay, so when this if you are going to take theta at any point, so if this angle changes, automatically this angle changes. That means plus q and minus q. If the point is here, so let us take, this is the angle. If the point changes here, automatically the angle changes with respect to the two charges, plus q and minus q. So that's why we can take the single angle theta value here. So the angle between z axis and the r is nothing but theta value. Okay, so in that case, so it becomes d cos theta. Okay, so here d cos theta equal to d dot ar when d equal to daz. If we define here, we can take a dipole moment. A dipole moment P equal to Q into D. Q into D. So that means here, here D is a vector and P is vector. P is nothing but dipole moment. Dipole moment is a vector. At the same time, D is a vector. And Q is charge. Q charge is nothing but scalar. Okay, charge equal to 5 coulombs or plus 5 coulombs minus 5 coulombs. So it is the scalar value. So P bar equal to Q into D bar. Okay, so this is the dipole moment. So when we can substitute this dipole moment P bar equal to QD, then dipole moment equal to V equal to P dot AR by 4 pi epsilon naught R square. So what we have done? So P bar equal to Q into D bar. So Q is the scalar value and D is the vector value. So P equal to Q into D bar. So we are rewriting, so this value, so generally it is QD Q dot AR by 4 pi epsilon naught R square. When you are substituting QD equal to P bar, what is the value here? P dot AR by 4 pi epsilon naught R square. Okay, so this is the value. So P dot AR by 4 pi epsilon naught R square. Okay, so this is the dipole moment. So what is the dipole moment here? P bar equal to Q into D bar is the dipole moment. And you can write the electric potential with respect to the dipole moment. So V suffix R equal to, what is the D bar value here? Sorry, AR value here. AR value equal to R minus R dash, and 4 pi epsilon naught equal to R minus R dash. So what does that mean? So what does that mean here? So What is the electric potential formula? V equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R. So when why it is 4 pi epsilon naught R? When R is, that is the, when point charge is taken at origin, from the origin we can take 4 pi epsilon naught R. That is take at explanation we are derived that. So when if you are going to take electric field towards electric field, so the distance radius vector between origin to R is R suffix A, and the distance between origin to B is R suffix B. If you are going to take at infinite value, not from origin value, at infinite value, so in that case what happens? So you have to take R to infinite value, R to infinite value. In that case, let us take the distance value here R dash. Here the infinite value distance is R dash. So in that case, electric potential value becomes Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R minus R dash. It is R minus R dash. Okay. So in that case here, when you're taking the infinite value, the dipole, so you can see here, if the dipole center is not at the origin, if the dipole center is not at the origin, but at R dash, it is not at the origin, at R dash. So what happens? We have to take the distance between, uh, just a second. So here we are taking the plus Q, and again here minus Q, and this is the origin. So that's why we are going to take with respect to the point P. When it is not at the origin, so the dipole moment is not at the origin. So let us take at any point. Okay, it is not lies on Z axis. It's somewhere, it lies on somewhere. So we have to take the R minus R dash. So the distance nothing but here from the origin. Let us take this is the point. Let us take this is the point, and it is not origin, somewhere. Okay, so in that case what happens? So the distance with respect to value is R minus R dash. If in case it is origin, we can directly take as R. If in case it is not at origin, we have to take R minus R dash. Okay, we have to take R minus R dash. Why? Because so you must take from the origin, and again we have to subtract from the R to R dash. Okay, so in that case, AR value is nothing but R minus R dash by R, magnitude of R minus R dash. What does that mean? So generally unit vector. So what about the unit vector here? Unit vector A suffix R equal to, so unit vector A suffix R equal to distance vector by magnitude of distance vector. Okay, so here the distance vector is R minus R dash. And what is the magnitude value here? R minus R, magnitude of R minus R dash. Okay, so already there is a R square value, and again you are multiplying with R minus R dash, magnitude of R minus R dash. So you can take R minus R dash cube. So the final value will become square root of cube, square root of cube. So it becomes 3 by 2. Just it becomes 3 by 2. Next, coming to the energy density in electrostatic field. It is also a lengthy derivation. So it is not completed in 5 or 10 minutes. It's going to take almost 30 minutes time. So we can discuss in next class. So up to now we have seen electric dipole. Just revise the electric dipole here. So what we have seen? Electric dipole. So electric dipole. So what is meant by electric dipole? When 2 point charges, are separated by a small distance but in opposite sign, then it is treated as electric dipole. Okay, to calculate the electric dipole at any point, to calculate the electric potential at any point due to the due to the electric dipole, that is V bar. So Q by 4 pi epsilon, what is the formula? Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R value. So here we have to find out the electric potential due to the dipole. That's why we are substituted the V value with respect to the two distance vector, 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. And then it becomes Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R2 minus R1 by R square. Okay. So when the distance will be, when the distance between 2 point charges Q1 to Q2 and again R will be almost the same, then there will be no changes. The equation becomes the same. But when R value is much greater than D value, when R value is much greater than D value, that means this is the D value and this is the R value. So this distance is this R distance is very greater than with respect to the D value. Then what happens? So this R1 R2, this R1 R2 becomes R square, and again this R2 minus R1 becomes D cos theta. This R2 minus R1 becomes D cos theta. So then we are substituted the D cos theta, and this D cos theta again rewritten as D bar dot AR bar. So how can we written magnitude of D and magnitude of A and again cos theta. So again it becomes D cos theta. So and again we have Q into, so Q into D bar dot AR bar by 4 pi epsilon naught R square. So this QD bar is rewritten as P bar. This QD bar is rewritten as P bar. So the final equation becomes, so V equal to P dot AR bar by 4 pi epsilon naught R square. Okay, so this is the equation. Here P bar is nothing but electric dipole moment, Q into D bar value. When magnitude of P bar can be taken, what is the value here? Q into D. Okay, so Q into D, magnitude of Q into D is QD bar. Q is the already scalar value, so magnitude of D bar value, so it simply it becomes QD. Okay, D is the scalar value, so magnitude of P is nothing but QD. Okay, so what is the electric dipole moment here? So P bar equal to QD bar is electric dipole moment. What is the electric dipole? When 2 point charges with equal magnitude but opposite sign separated by a small distance, then they are treated as electric dipole. Okay, so this is about the today class. So in next class we are going to see energy density in electrostatic
Excuse me,
fields.
sir.
Hello,
Excuse me, sir.
చెప్తాను.
ఏం లేదు సార్, యూట్యూబ్ వీడియోస్ ప్రైవేట్లో పెట్టారు సార్, చూసుకోవడానికి వీలుగా లేదు మాకు.
యాక్చువల్గా అక్కడ ఒక చిన్న ప్రాబ్లం వచ్చి చేశాను. నిన్న మళ్ళీ నేను పబ్లిక్ పెట్టేశాను. యాక్చువల్గా నేను అప్లోడ్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఎప్పుడు పబ్లిక్లోనే పెడుతున్నాను, బట్ క్లాస్ టీచర్స్ చేంజ్ చేశారు. బట్ మళ్ళీ మార్చారు నాన్న, మీకు ప్లేలిస్ట్లో పెట్టేటప్పుడు మార్చారు. ఒకసారి మీకు అప్లోడ్ చేస్తాను.
ఎప్పటికల్లా వస్తాయి సార్ మిగతా అన్ని వీడియోస్ కూడా?
ఏంటన్నా?